In North Las Vegas, not born but raised, in my room is where I spent most of my days.
And me.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Discovering Disney podcast.
I'm Morgan, and I love Disney.
I'm Leo, and I didn't grow up with Disney.
We're going through all the Disney movies to educate Leo on the magical world of Disney.
I'll be talking about my observations I had while watching the movie.
And I'll hit him with facts and information.
Would you like to start us off, mi amore?
Sure, babe.
So to give you context on what the whole intro was about, during sound check, Morgan was just randomly, singing the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air theme song. So as we were kind of getting ready to record, I just kind of thought of it without telling Morgan, and it kind of just happened, and it's pretty great. IMO.
Alright,
Just
anyway.
saying.
In 1941, Disney's The Reluctant Dragon was released into theaters. Based off an 1898 children's story by Kenneth Grahame, the movie makes live-action scenes with animation while also giving an inside look at the Walt Disney Animation Studios. The movie was created during World War II in order to keep the studio afloat, but it didn't do well as it was not fully animated. Actually, this movie is pretty much a neglected part of Disney canon. It's not even considered one of the big 5 Disney movies despite being the 4th movie they ever made. I could barely even find enough facts to fill one page of my document. It cost $600,000 to make, which would be about $10 million in today's money, but only made back 2/3 of it. This movie features Ward Kimball as an animator and an actor this time, as well as art directors Ken Anderson and Yale Gracie, and the absolute legend, creator of Mickey Mouse, Ub Iwerks, making his first appearance on our podcast. So what did you think?
I actually really enjoyed this movie. It's very unique because, okay, first off, it's going to be a little bit of a different podcast in the sense that I'm not going to make as much jokes because there's not a lot of things to joke around here. There's not a lot of animation quirks.
Honestly, pretty much closer to a documentary.
Yeah. And, still, you can make jokes about a documentary. Like, obviously, I did make a couple of jokes just because that's how I am, and I make jokes about everything. So I did make a couple of jokes, but this whole thing was just it was really insightful, and
it was wholesome.
Yeah, and
it was very wholesome.
You can see how much different life was back then.
After we finished the movie, I turned over to you and I was like, "Babe, that movie made my heart happy."
Yeah, and just the little catchphrases and stuff like that they say. Shilly-shallying. Who the fuck? It's dilly-dallying, first off, you fucking Neanderthal.
Neanderthal is Leo's favorite insult, by the way.
Yeah, you fucking Neanderthal, and it's just what it is. So I put down in my notes, because I'm not really gonna go by. It's just how I usually do, which is just go through the movie from beginning to end and kind of talk about it. I'm just going to talk about my notes, just because there's a lot that happened. It went through the whole animating process.
I pretty much did my notes in order of the movie, so.
I mean, I did them in order of the movie, too. Do you want me to just go down in order?
Yeah, let's just go in order of the movie, and I'll keep it up.
All right. So, physical comedy, when he was in the pool. And he
was in the raft, and
and he says some smart ass remark, and he just bloop right in the fucking pool. The greatest of physical comedies.
I loved the opening credits, how it had the caricatures of the animators.
Yes, I also loved the music during the opening. That was one of the parts I really, really fucking enjoyed, because you saw me. We were getting ready to watch this movie. You were laying down in bed. I was getting ready to sit next to you with my notepad, and there I was, just fucking dancing because the music was so goddamn jolly.
This wasn't the only Kenneth Grahame story adapted by Disney.
Oh.
We're going to see, they had just gotten the rights to Wind in the Willows.
Okay, it sounds like a novella.
It's Mr. Toad, and there's a Disney ride based off of it.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's why it's a big deal to me.
It just sounds like a novella. Like Not even a good one. Like one of those really English whitewash novellas. You know what I'm saying?
How could you say something so hurtful yet so true?
What was... God, there was one playing in the break room today. What was it? It, like... Is it like The Fault? No, The Fault in Our Stars is a movie.
Yeah. If you talk shit about The Fault in Our Stars, I'll cut you.
I haven't even seen it, so
Okay,
I can't
good.
talk shit. Doesn't someone get like cancer? Anyways, I'm not even gonna go.
Everyone has cancer.
Everyone has cancer. Anyways, yeah. I'll look it up and then I'll like mention it to you later. But that one, it sounds like that.
This was Disney's first feature-length film with credited voice actors.
Oh,
yes. And then another thing you might find kind of interesting: the star of the movie, his name was Robert Benchley, right?
yes.
Well, his son wrote a novel you might have heard about.
Okay.
The name of the novel was Jaws.
Oh.
Yeah.
No shit.
Yeah, that's his dad.
Oh fuck.
That's
dude.
his old pops just hanging around the Disney headquarters.
That's crazy for
Yeah.
real.
Yeah.
Oh shit, dude. That's fucking crazy. Man, I'm actually kind of tripping out about that. That's pretty cool. I like that. Neat little fun fact there. Good job.
Like I said, it was pretty hard to find fun facts for this one.
Yeah, I mean, I would assume so since, you know,
It's
not...
pretty much neglected. Like, they talk about the big 5 Disney movies, but it's actually films 1, 2, 3, 5, and 6. They just completely gloss over The Reluctant Dragon.
I mean, I really liked this movie. I really did.
Me too. It was a hidden gem.
Yeah. So, you did point out to me, because I hadn't noticed it yet, but when it happened, you pointed out to me that during the music, while they were going up to the like security guard or something to let them in the studio, some music was playing, and it was the instrumentals for previous Disney movies.
Yes. It was, I think at that time it was Whistle While You Work.
Yeah, it was Whistle While You Work. And then like at the end...
Later on there was Hi-Ho and like...
Yeah. Later on there was something else too that I can't remember off the top of my head right now. Excuse me if I sound a little tired.
It's because I am.
The night's just lost and I'm pretty upset.
I knew you would bring it up.
I'm upset. I'm sorry. Okay?
Don't be upset. It was a mercy killing. It had a certain naive charm.
Anyways,
but no,
I was really
bustle.
surprised that this is a 51 Anchor studio, dude. Specifically, 51 Anchor studio with an art class. The art class thing kind of tripped me out. I was like, what the fuck? But then it made sense when they explained it.
Yeah. Did you saw they had those like signposts, the Mickey Avenue and Dopey Drive?
Yeah.
It was made specifically for that movie, but they never took it down. It's still there.
Oh.
Yeah.
Is there any chance to go visit?
I don't know.
Like Disney Studios?
I really want to go to the Disney Family Museum at some point. We have to go.
Yeah, for sure.
We have to go to all these places. We have to go to Disneyland.
Yeah.
Because I have... If you thought I was bad about Disney movies, when it comes to Disneyland, I'm a freak. So...
I mean, yeah. So, in case we haven't mentioned it in our podcast before, last time I went to Disneyland, I was 5, and I don't remember a single thing.
The last time I went to Disneyland was like 3 months ago, and I've spent well over 100 days in Disneyland.
Yeah.
Because my mom and I used to be annual pass holders. So...
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, one of these days, just, expect an extra episode one of these days. A couple hour long episode, probably, honestly.
I was thinking we could do it like specials and divide it up by the lands. So like Fantasyland, Tomorrowland, Adventureland, Critter Country, Frontierland.
Yeah, we could do that.
Toontown.
Yeah.
Main Street.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We could do that. Either way, it's gonna be it's gonna be a good one. It should be a good one, at least.
So, most of the animators in this movie were actors. Because the animators were actually on strike while this movie was being made.
Oh.
Yes, they picketed with signs of Disney in a dragon costume and captioned it, "The Reluctant Disney."
Oh.
They cited poor pay, favoritism, lack of recognition, and unfair business practices as their reasons for striking.
Well, I can see the lack of recognition because,
Yeah,
they weren't even
credited.
credited at all.
Yeah,
You said the voice actors, though,
voice actors, yeah.
were the ones that weren't credited, right?
Yeah, the whole thing was that they wanted to preserve the Disney magic and make it seem like these were actual people
Creatures,
talking. Yeah.
sort of thing. Yeah, I believe a talking wood boy any day.
And if, remember way back when we talked about Snow White, Adriana Castellotti is the,
Yes.
totally awful contract that she had.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember. So one thing that I understood it was a movie and all that, but there were some things I was like, this wouldn't work in real life. This isn't how real life works. Like with
I feel like you have one or two of these nitpicks every single movie.
Why is Mr. Benchley being so sus? Like, why is he just why doesn't he want to go meet with Disney? He just wants to go fucking look around and explore. I mean, I get it, but at the same time, you're gonna go meet fucking Walt Disney, and he's just like, "What's this door?"
I know.
If
I had the chance to meet Walt Disney, I'd be running.
Yeah, dude. And also, how does everyone know him? He walked into the art class, and he was like, "Oh, Mr. Benchley," and he was like, "Hey, what's up, dog?"
If I remember correctly, he was a celebrity at the time.
Was he?
Yeah, I can't remember. I didn't put it down, so let me look it up.
All right. So while you look that up, yeah, and so he went into the art class, and he started talking about the art, blah blah blah. He thought there was a nude model, and turned out to be a nude elephant. It was just a whole
Robert Benchley was an actor.
Robert Benchley?
Yes, he was an actor.
What was he in? Do we know anything that he's in? Well,
this is...
While you figure that out, if there's anything notable that he's in, go ahead and let me know. But
yes.
there's
the Robert Benchley Society Award for Humor.
So, guessing he was a comedian sort of deal. Kind of like Will Ferrell.
Yeah.
Sort of deal. Yeah. I don't know why Will Ferrell was the first one that popped in my mind, but whatever.
Was it your boats and hose keychain?
Probably. So, the artists were obviously drawing the elephant, and I think we all know a certain elephant that might be coming up next movie.
One that can fly.
Yeah, dude.
He was in an Alfred Hitchcock movie, Foreign Correspondent.
I feel like I've heard of that.
He also wrote some of the dialogue in that, which is pretty cool.
Cool. For a second there, I thought you were talking about Dumbo. Anyways.
No. Yes, Dumbo was in an Alfred Hitchcock movie.
Dude.
He was the killer.
Nice. Okay, so now we get to the first part. The first out of two instances
yes.
that happened.
I've been waiting for you to get to this.
Because what the fuck was that, dude?
There was one
did we
point...
get the one that wasn't fucking cut? Or is that just the movie?
That's just the movie, babe. This is such an ignored part of Disney canon that
So they're just fuck it, keep the racist shit in there. What the fuck,
So
dude?
at one point when they're in the drawing class, one of the artists turns around her drawing, and it's an elephant, but it's a very racist Asian caricature as well.
Very oriental, and they just played really racist fucking music over it too. They might as well just turn the fucking elephant around and said ching chong. It's not, it's real bad. It's that bad, dude. And it gets even worse in the second one. God, that is so bad.
Well, do you remember the time period this movie came out in?
Yes.
1941.
Yeah, 1941. I knew that. But still, man. Christ almighty.
I just went to look up World War II and I looked up World War Uwu.
Go ahead and just get up and walk out.
But this is a corded microphone.
Put the microphone down.
Oh.
Get up and walk out.
Okay.
I'm kidding.
I would hope so.
Goof. Yeah, dude. Oh my god, that racist bullshit. but whatever. Man, just fucking yeah. I even put why doesn't this dude just go to Walt with like 2 question marks? Because I was just like, what the fuck. And so he goes now to this like orchestra room where the lady, he's like, oh, about to hear a lady sing. And he's like, oh yeah, dude, I went to go see her in fucking Manchester or whatever. And then all of a sudden she's just like, you know, and the look on his fucking face is just like fucking. You know?
Then Donald Duck joins in.
And then fucking I put, oh shit, it's Donald's VA.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, he just, all right, I'm going to try.
Yeah.
I'm going to try.
Okay, babe, let's do this.
This is the reason why I was trying earlier.
I know.
So I'm trying so fucking hard. Because I can do a Goofy impression.
Yeah, you can do a Goofy impression like nobody's business.
I can do a solid Goofy impression. I can do somewhat of a Mickey impression. But I can't fucking do Donald because I've never tried. So this is my first fucking attempt at actually trying. Ooh, I'm nervous. Nope, it just sounds terrible. Nope, it's just fucking bad. Not gonna do it.
So...
Oh, alright, there you go. Redeem myself.
So that was Donald Duck's voice actor.
Okay.
And then the lady, you would think that'd be Daisy Duck, right?
No. I just thought it was some fucking chicken lady.
Well, Daisy Duck was still pretty new. That's the voice actress of Clara Cluck, who preceded Daisy Duck.
So I was right. It was just some chicken lady.
Some fucking chicken lady, yes.
It was just a fucking chicken lady, dude.
Yes.
Yeah, and then they both started singing together, and then I literally put in my notes, ... what the fuck is going on? And after that, they go into the Foley room. They go into the room where, you know, the noises for the train, specifically the train scene.
Can I just say that being a Foley artist has always been like my ultimate dream job.
Fucking too, dude. Like me fucking too.
That just sounds so cool.
Just
all the stuff that they do.
Fucking.
Every time I watch one of those videos, I'm like, God, I wish that were me.
Yeah, I wish.
Yeah.
I really fucking wish. But I guess the closest we can come to making noise and people listening to it is podcast.
Hey,
you're listening to one right now. Wow, fucking breaking the fourth wall. Anyways, yeah, dude, old school Foley artists. They used to go through a lot of shit, dude.
Mm-hmm.
Like fuck. And I put Foley used to be so intricate and real time. Now we just use layers.
Yeah.
Now we just focus on one thing at a time, making noises for, you know, one certain little part of a scene, and then they fucking cut and then just replay it, and we make noises for another part or for another sound in the same scene. You know?
And did you see they were reading off of sheet music too?
Yeah, they were like, it was crazy. Just the way things used to be back then is just wild.
The Sonovox. Can we talk about how weird that little contraption was?
Oh, dude. All aboard.
Like, she's this pretty little thing with a pretty little voice, and then she puts those things up, and she sounds like she's been smoking for, like, 50 years.
Yeah, dude. And she's at least, like, 20.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's pretty cool. I'm guessing that's from the next movie?
Yes. Casey Jr. Train from next movie, also a ride at Disneyland.
Oh, nice.
Yes.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
So that all aboard thing is in Disneyland. I'm guessing. Oh.
And as the train goes up, he goes, I think I can, I think I can, I think I can. And then as he goes, I knew I could, I knew I could, I knew I could. And his little theme song plays.
Oh, nice.
It's fun, but it's also a really hot ride.
Is it because I'm there?
You haven't been to Disneyland since you were like 5.
Well, because I was there when I was 5, and it kind of just...
You're digging a deep hole. Come on. Let's move on.
Yuck. Get it? You get it, right? You get it.
I love the transition from black and white to Technicolor. Like that transition right there that I just did.
Terrible, but Yes. That transition from black and white to Technicolor. Yeah, I did notice that, and obviously he was like, "Oh shit, I look so good in Technicolor," sort of deal. So obviously he pointed it out because it was supposed to be a thing of like, ooh, technology,
Yeah.
What else did I put? I was just watching this movie. Like, I kind of forgot to take notes at some point because I was just watching it. But that does lead into the next thing, which is the animation stuff, Like, seeing them put layer after layer of, panels, I guess?
Cells.
Cells. Yeah, that's the word I was looking for. Layers after layers of cells just to create one little animation. So I have a question for you.
Yes.
That I hope you have the answer for.
Yes.
Is this Donald's first appearance in a movie?
Well, this is the 4th Disney movie.
Yes.
And this is the first time we've seen Donald, right?
He could be in the background because I know in Pinocchio, one of the chairs is shaped like Mickey's ears, like the outline of Mickey Mouse. So technically he's in the movie or whatever the fuck.
I think this is the first true appearance of Donald Duck and of Goofy.
Okay, that makes sense. So after this, we go into the Rainbow Room, which is, just the place where they create all the colors and stuff for the animation. And I just couldn't help but notice they're all women.
Yes.
And I just put, yes, the 1940s standard of women.
Yes.
Because they all look the fucking same.
The ink and paint department was just women, pretty much.
They all look the same. Like, they all had the same hairstyle and fucking... They were all skinny and perky and just fucking... Whatever, dude. Like, fucking 1940s, man. And then our good old deer... Or
Bambi.
whatever the fuck. Baby deer?
Yes.
What are they called? I want to say calves, but those are cows.
What is
fawn?
Fawn. Yeah.
Our dearest fawn, Bambi.
Dearest.
Dear. Anyways, so
I just googled what do you call a baby deer, and the top answer is we can call a baby deer fawn, but if you pet a baby deer, you can call him any name you'd like.
Oh. All right. Anyways, so they show characters from movies not out yet. So I bet the audience was super fucking confused on who the hell that was.
It's kind of like a tongue-in-cheek little preview, but also like random little deer. Okay.
Yeah. Sorry, the computer screen keeps timing out, and it's like, you need to change that setting on the computer, but it just kind of trips out for a second. Trips us out, even though we know the recording's still going. So then we go into our first little animation story. Do you want to say something before that?
Yeah, because it's the maquette making department where they had all the little figures, remember?
Yes, I didn't say anything about that.
Yes.
So yeah, go ahead.
They had a lot of ones. They had Cyan Am from Lady and the Tramp, which hasn't come out yet. Captain Hook and Tinkerbell, which hasn't come out yet.
Yes, actually, I did notice Captain Hook. That's the whole reason why I put the characters not out yet. Sort of thing.
And then they also had the Drunk Cuckoo Clock from Pinocchio. Did you see that?
No.
And then the Black Centaurette from Fantasia.
Yes.
That he took with him. Yeah. But when they make that sculpture of him, remember they kind of put together that sculpture, twisted it all into place?
Yeah.
They'd actually made it and then destroyed it and then played the film backwards.
Oh.
Yeah.
Neat.
Neato.
So, after that, we go into our first little animation.
In the storyboard department.
And their story that they're pitching to Mr. Benchley is Baby Weems.
So, the first thing I have written down for this section is, in big letters, baby fever.
You?
Yeah.
Dude, that baby's fucking cute, man. Yeah, dude, it's the baby. And, like, the baby drawing looks super familiar to me.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what it was about it.
Standard baby.
Yeah, just generic baby.
Generic white baby number 2.
And, yeah, dude, it just goes through the story of a baby being born and, like, being able to talk, and it's like a fucking super genius.
He talks to Albert Einstein at one point.
Yeah, he talks to Albert Einstein at one point, and it was just, I put in my notes, this fucking baby is like 2 weeks old and is literally a superstar. Like,
I thought you would be entertained to know that the Baby Weems segment was co-written by a guy named Dick Humor.
I love Dick Humor. Even just the name, it's fucking good. Wow. Well, I'm certainly happy you shared that piece of information with me.
Yes.
That made me happy. And then I put, what the fuck, because the baby, like, almost died.
Yeah.
The baby almost fucking died because it, like, ran a fever or some shit.
Mm-hmm.
Dude,
it was intense.
I was fucking shook. I was like, are they really gonna fucking show a baby dying? Like,
and this whole thing is the storybook like the storyboard segment, so it's all just still images with the voices over it. It's all just still images that they're doing.
Yeah, so it's just fucking weird, dude. So after that,
Another fun fact about that segment is that the Mount Rushmore that they show,
yes,
it only has George Washington and Abe Lincoln on it.
Yes.
Because Mount Rushmore was still under construction at the time this movie was being made.
Dang.
Which is just kind of wild, because it feels like it's been there forever.
Yeah, it feels like it feels like that's just like a natural formation at this point. You know? Like,
it's just one of those things like, oh, you're going on a summer vacation to Mount Rushmore. Like,
yeah.
It just feels normal.
Yeah, dude.
It's weird to think that at some point it was under construction.
Yeah, dude. That's fucking wild.
Yeah.
So after that, he goes into, what was it? What room was that? I don't even know what room that was, but all I know is that they were showing Goofy.
It was the room of animators.
That's what it was.
Yes.
So
that was Ward Kimball, who I've talked about before.
Oh.
He's worked on every movie we've talked about so far.
Yeah.
So
with the last name like Kimball, I would have expected that guy to be fucking old. If I'm being honest, I would have expected that dude to be fucking old, but he wasn't. He was actually a strapping young man.
He was a strapping young man. He was a strapping old man, too. He was just a funny guy.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I want to see a picture of him now. Not right now.
Well, he's not alive anymore.
Well, yeah, obviously. Fucking duh, but you have to look up right now, baby.
Okay.
But,
I'm going to bring it up just so I remember to show it to you.
Alrighty. So, obviously, when the room of animators, they bring out my favorite boy. Gosh. My boy, Goofster. My boy, Goofy. And this whole time, I was just watching it. You know, there was no notes being taken because, obviously, this whole thing was meant to be Goofy. Mm-hmm. Because it's just Goofy learning to ride a horse.
Yes.
And the horse is being fucking dick.
You were giggling throughout this whole section. You were just sitting next to me and you're like,
because it's my fucking boy.
It was funny.
Dude. It was my fucking boy.
It was just truly funny.
Yeah. Oh god, I enjoyed the fuck out of this movie, dude. It was just nothing but just pure. It was just pure.
Wholesome. Except for the racist parts. It was wholesome.
And the baby almost fucking dying.
Yeah.
But, you know.
Yeah.
Other than that, those are pretty cool.
At one point, Goofy's tailcoat, like, the price tag falls out of it.
Yeah, it was like $4.95.
It was $4.98,
uh-huh.
Which doesn't seem like much. But in today's money, it's $85.
Damn.
Mm-hmm.
That's an expensive ass fuck. They Goofy just flex on us.
Yes.
Weird flex, but okay.
And he also doesn't talk throughout that whole segment because his voice actor was unavailable.
Oh.
That's literally it.
It's a bit just because somebody couldn't go, gosh. Yeah.
It was probably a contract thing.
Probably.
Yeah.
But they can have anybody go, wait, I'm going to try it again. I'm going to do it again. All right. Anyways, that's all you're gonna fucking get from me ever. Yeah, dude, and fucking Pluto, the guy who was animating Pluto, and like his
He was sitting there like,
his breathing like animation bullshit.
mm-hmm.
So finally, goddamn, conflict resolution here of Mr. Benchley not being fucking sus and dodging him. Finally goes into the fucking presentation room and meets our boy, the one and fucking only Walt Disney.
He came on screen and you turned to me and were like, is that him? That's him! That's him!
Yeah,
like
dude.
You were seeing him in real life.
Yeah, because it just made me happy.
Yeah.
I even put seeing Walt makes me happy.
Yeah, it made me so happy.
Yeah, it's just, I love that man.
Mm-hmm.
Never met him, never will. Well, maybe in his cryogenically frozen head, but
that's another episode. We'll get into that in another episode.
It's a Futurama reference.
Mm-hmm.
All right, and you know, obviously he's cryogenically frozen. But with so my other griping issue. Hold on, did the part already happen?
What
the second one.
I'm not sure what you're talking about.
The second racist thing.
Was it the Black Centaurette? The little figure?
No. What? You didn't see the fucking second racist thing?
I know I saw it, but I can't remember it. Tell me about it.
Oh, no. Okay, we totally fucking skipped it over. I have it in my notes. I think it was a baby toy. Because it was during Baby Weems.
Mm-hmm.
And they're playing with a fucking baby toy. And it was like little drummer boys, pretty much.
Oh, I remember.
Yeah, it was little drummer boys. And
no, it wasn't. It wasn't baby toys. It was the news going across the world. And
yes, it was the news going across the world that Baby Weems was okay. And when they got to like the fucking
Africa,
like Africa or some shit.
Oh my
God.
Oh,
fuck.
That was worse than Fantasia.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like when I saw that, I just turned to you and I was like, "What the fuck?"
We turned to each other. Our eyes were the size of saucers.
Dude, that was fucking wild. Like, I can't even. I can't even. That's just my whole thing about that. I can't even.
Yeah.
So besides, what, do you want to say something?
Let's flash back forward to the Reluctant Dragon.
Okay, yeah, that was my thing. Besides the two racist parts, obviously, my only gripe with this movie was because it was called The Reluctant Dragon when it was just like a 15-20 minute short?
Yeah.
At the end of the fucking movie?
They were trying to get people in to the movie. Because if you advertise a movie called The Reluctant Dragon, you're going to be like, oh, a new animated Disney movie. I want to go see that. But if they advertise a movie called like The Disney Documentary, people are going to be like, that's going to be boring. My kid's not going to want to sit through that.
Well, yeah, but imagine how disappointed they'd be.
They were.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
They were disappointed. They didn't like that it wasn't fully animated. That's kind of why it's just kind of brushed off to the side.
Yeah, dude. I mean, I would be too. I came to this fucking movie theater to see a movie about a dragon.
Mm-hmm.
And there wasn't a fucking dragon until the end of the movie. And even then, it wasn't the strongest animation.
Yeah.
In my opinion.
I think Baby Weems was better than The Reluctant Dragon.
Yeah.
That was my favorite.
And those are just still images.
Segment. Yeah. Well, the only characteristic of the dragon retained from the book was his love of poetry.
Was the rest just fucking Disney bullshit?
Mm-hmm.
Like what?
Like they made him more of a comedic character.
So in the book, he was just like what? Super serious or something? Or like...
I don't know. It just said that they turned him into more of a comedic character. Also, he was so gay.
Oh my god, he was so fucking gay. Like,
I loved it. He was the gayest dragon I've ever seen in my entire life.
And just an FYI, we don't mean gay in a negative way, a negative term.
I'm gay. It's okay.
Morgan, according to Morgan's gay, so it's okay. But we're just using it in the term of like flamboyancy. And
he was actually a camp stereotype, and I kind of loved it because This was 1941, and they got away with that.
Yeah. Yeah, that was pretty good.
Yeah.
All right. So now it goes into my notes about the reluctant dragoon.
Yes.
So the first thing I put is that dragon is a whole mood. Like,
I don't want to fight. I'm a lover, not a fighter.
dude, he's a whole mood. Like, and the dragon, he was like taking a shower when we first met him, and he was like, "Oh, I hope you don't mind if." He meant to say, "I hope you don't mind if I change," but he like didn't finish his sentence. So I was like, "Don't mind what?" And I was like, "What the fuck are you talking about? Don't mind what?" and he was like, fucking made the kid turn around so he wouldn't see him fucking whatever.
Yeah.
And I was like, "What are you gonna do? Put on dragon clothes? Like, what the fuck are you gonna do?"
It's like Donald Duck not wearing pants.
Yeah, it was just like, what? How? What does he even fucking say? Oh, I love this dragon though, because he was.
I love him.
Yeah, he was the best part of the short, just the dragon. And I put Sir Giles is a fool.
Yes.
Because so the whole thing about the reluctant dragon is
he's a lover, not a fighter.
He's a lover, not a fighter, and there's this like knight in shining, the most typical knight in shining armor you could ever see, except the knight in shining armor was like an older man. He was like an older, skinny dude who's just like, yeah, fucking sure, let's go see your dragon. I don't fucking care. I don't even want to fight him. Let's just be friends.
Let's have tea.
Yeah, let's have tea. Like, what the fuck are we fighting for? So yeah, and then I didn't catch it throughout the whole thing. I only caught it until after the dragon and Sir Giles met. But like every sentence ended with a rhyme.
Yes.
To the previous sentence.
I think it only really started when they got into the poetry. Like when they started talking about their love of poetry.
Yeah, and then it just kept going. It kept going throughout the rest of the short with everybody. And it was just it was cool, but then like it kind of got annoying a little bit. You know. So what did I put? I put Sir Giles is a fool. I put rhymes the times. I get it. And then they were talking about Sir Giles or whatever, and I found it so fucking funny because there was some point in the crowd where Sir Giles was kind of going through the town center or whatever, and someone said, "Ye knight," and I was just
no, it was the bet taker. It had it written "Ye knight" and "Ye dragon" up there.
Yeah.
I pointed out to you, and you're like, "I'm already writing it down."
Yeah, I was like, "Ye knight." That was just fucking hilarious. And then so like the whole thing in the end of the movie is that Sir Giles and the dragon are gonna fight, quote unquote, when really they're just gonna like kind of pretend,
fake it.
And then the dragon's gonna be like, "Oh, I won't, fucking attack the town anymore. I've learned my lesson, blah, blah, blah," sort of bullshit. When really they're just, like, having tea in a cave.
Yeah.
Like, literally, that's all they're doing. So, in my notes, I put, "Oh, shit," because I thought they were actually, like, fighting, because they were making, like, fighting noises. And then the camera panned into the cave, and they were just banging on pots and pans, and they were just like, "Oh,
fanning flames.
Take that. Oh, sort of thing." And then I just put LMAO, it's a prank.
It's a prank, bro. The camera's right over there.
Yeah, dude. Fucking Ashton Kutcher, where you at? But, yeah, that's all I have for the Reluctant Dragon short. And then at the very end of the movie, he meets with his wife again, and she was like, "Well, if you weren't fucking a shilly-shally," just like, there it is again. It was just like a lot of fucking old-timey words, because she was like, if you weren't shilly-shallying, you would have fucking gotten the animation in time or whatever. And he literally fucking in the Donald voice, "Oh phooey," and I was just fucking, don't do that. Stop it.
Get some help.
Get some help.
All right, what was your favorite part?
My favorite. It's very, very hard to pick a favorite because I just loved this fucking movie. The only things that I didn't like were the animations. Like, really weirdly enough, I loved seeing the behind the scenes of everything that was going on.
Same.
So if I had to pick something, it would be the Foley stuff
Yeah.
and what they were doing then. Because it showed, while the scene was playing, it showed what they were using to make the sounds and stuff like that. And I just give so much respect to Foley artists just because,
Like that guy who put his full face in a bucket of water.
Yeah, dude, just to make that like noise or whatever, It was just, I loved it so much.
What score do you think audiences give this movie?
Out
of 10 for IMDb, out of 100% for Rotten Tomatoes.
All right. I'm assuming they're both kind of around the same.
They're actually exactly the same this time.
Oh. Maybe like, I don't know. My gut's telling me 60, so I'm going to say 60.
70.
Oh, fuck, I was close, dude. All right.
And then I usually ask you what you think the critics think.
Yes.
But there are no critic reviews on Rotten Tomatoes.
Oh.
Yeah. Interesting.
Well, as Disney critics, I would rate this movie a solid 8 out of like 10 stars.
In the 4 movies we've watched for the podcast, where does this rank on your list?
I thought about this movie, and I thought about where it belongs on the list, on my list in particular, and the results may shock you. I actually put this on number 2.
I put it on number 2 for mine as well.
I put it for number 2, with Fantasia being 3rd and
Snow White being last. With our boy Woodboy still being on top, just because that movie was fucking wild, and it was wild from beginning to end, and I just fucking loved it because it was so batshit all the time. Yeah. What is your magical Disney lesson takeaway?
Fucking don't underestimate Disney movies, dude. There's so much work that happens behind the scenes on every single one of those movies. It's like the one thing that stood out to me, because I was talking with my mother about this movie, how every little movement that a character makes, it's a new painting.
Yeah. It's
a brand new painting that they just have to fucking put right over, and pretty sure like discard. Just kind of like throw it away. So like hours of hard work for a second, and then, or like not even a second, like a millisecond, and you're just done with it.
Yeah.
So just don't underestimate Disney movies. Don't take them for granted. Every single one has been worked on for fucking years. Because they're just strive for perfection. So my magical Disney lesson is to always be perfect.
Okay. That works for me. Do you have any questions for me?
No, I think that's it, unless you have any questions for me.
Nope.
No?
All right. Thank you guys so much for listening.
Hey, if you liked what you heard, go ahead and throw us a follow or a subscribe on Spotify, SoundCloud, iTunes, and with this episode being the first actually that I'm going to put up on YouTube.
I hope you guys enjoyed the show. Our next episode will be Dumbo. See you next time, and remember,
be good people.
What he said.
That's what she said. Yuck. Please press stop. Wonk. They don't even stop it. We'd like to say a quick thank you to the artist that did our logo, Hamil Gianzan. She does incredible art and is an incredible friend and person to be around. If you like our logo and would like to see any more of her artwork, go ahead and check her out on Twitter at Bagged Soda. That's BAGGEDSODA. All one word. Also, her Instagram is at SleepyGirlHours. That's SleepyGirlHours. Thank you again, Hamil. We appreciate you greatly. Also, thank you to Fontoman for providing the font we use for the movie titles on that logo. It is called Walter, and you could find it on dafont.com.
Make sure to follow our personal accounts at _LeoMC and at Brad Major's Asshole on Instagram. Our Twitters are at LeoMC420 and at Morgana Scott. For more podcast-related info, follow us on Twitter at DDisneyPodcast and our Facebook page at Discovering DISN3Y.
As always, thanks, guys.
Thank you guys so much for listening.
If you liked what you heard, go ahead and throw us a follow on Spotify, SoundCloud, iTunes, and YouTube.
I hope you guys enjoyed the show. Our next episode will be Fantasia. See you next time, and remember,
Be good people. Bye, bitch.